Well, I'm here because I feel like it's really important for people to show up and say that they're not okay with what's going on in the federal government right now.
And what's something that's making you angry?
So there's a lot of things, but I think definitely seeing the increase in deportations, people being kidnapped at their immigration appointments and targeted in their neighborhoods. I also grew up in Chicago, and seeing Trump deploy the National Guard to Chicago makes me nervous for what's going to happen in New York. And
do you think they're coming to New York next?
Yeah, I do. Unless maybe we can send a message that we're not going to take it. I don't know.
Tell me a little bit about how people are resisting in Chicago.
Yeah, so I think in Chicago there's been a lot of community organizations. My friend was saying that in her neighborhood, people have teamed up to walk kids to school to make sure that their parents don't drop them off alone.
What's your sign say?
Defending the Constitution.
And so what does the other side say?
Stop pissing off my wife. And as you can see, she's very well decked out. So.
Yeah, you
trying to do my best.
What you're wearing here.
Well, I am sitting astride a unicorn for the joy of solidarity, trying to keep it positive, what we want, rather than all the things we hate. Although
it's a beautiful rainbow unicorn, so we could interpret this as pro-queer.
Yeah, pro everything. We all have rights that are being trampled on.
Tell me what your sign says.
Mine says no kings, especially no lion kings.
Oh,
lying.
I just got that part.
My name is Farah Sufran Forrest, and I'm the Assembly member for 8057.
What brings you here today?
What brings me here today is to fight back against tyranny. We have a felon in office, convicted felon. What really makes me angry is the cuts to healthcare. I'm a maternal child health nurse, and it's to think that there will be dead mommies and there'll be dead babies. That is the result of cutting Medicaid, cutting healthcare, cutting access, cutting studies, cutting it all. There will be dead people. So that's against my oath. We have to stand up and stand together like today. Say hell no, not here, not never.
Healthcare is a human right. Healthcare is a human right. Not just for the rich and white.
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 It says, fuck ICE, free Palestine, go Mets.
Amazing. And how would you say these two things are related? Fuck ICE and free Palestine?
Well, obviously the liberty of the Palestinians is linked to anybody else's liberty, but this is a direct reference to the Hannah Einbinder speech at the Emmys. But yeah, for everybody to be free, for everyone to be free, Palestine has to be free. And when they lock up immigrants in the U.S., it's the same as the apartheid state of Israel and Palestine.
What makes you hopeful right now?
I don't feel a lot of hope right now.
No? That's valid.
I feel hopeful for what the residents of Chicago are doing and the way that they're standing up to ICE and the whistleblowing and the communities coming together and resisting ICE and civilians saving their neighbors and standing up for their neighbors. I feel hopeful for that. I feel hopeful for our kid contingent. Helen, what does my sign say? You want to say it?
Fuck ICE, free Palestine, go Mets.
Yo, Iceman, ain't nobody like you. The fascists, they use you. Your mama don't know you, cause you sold your soul. 50,000, you breaking up family. 50,000, you give up your dignity. 50,000, Iceman, get ready. 50,000.
What does your sign say?
The old world is dying and the new world struggles to be born. Now is the time of monsters.
But what is on your sign?
The Sesame Street monsters, who are really the only monsters acceptable to build this new world.
I love that. And what does your sign say?
Mine says,
We should set this one.
Oh, okay.
mine says New York Heart Portland, because I'm a student at Portland and I want to stand in solidarity with them and the frogs at the ice building.
Yeah, tell me about the frogs in Portland. I've heard a lot about this.
Yeah, so people are just dressing up in frog costumes, and there's a woman who's like renting out all these inflatable costumes that she owns. So it's nice to have like a cute little animal symbol to show that we're like all having fun and not like violent evil terrorists.
But on that note,
Oh yeah,
just kidding. Your other sign says.
and then my other sign says that I am anti-fascist because I believe in Antifa and anti-fascism. And if you don't, you believe in fascism. It's pretty simple.
Right, anti-Antifa is
pro-fascism. Yeah. So.
Yep. And why would it be particularly important right now to overlay state that you are anti-fascist?
Because because we're slowly descending into a fascist authoritarian state, and I also think Antifa, kind of like a lot of words in politics, especially like even Intifada too, like get fear-mongered, and this word sounds really scary and it sounds like a terrorist word, and maybe it's the Middle East and something, and I think it's nice to say no, like we are Antifa, like this is what it looks like a white college student who just wants to live in a free
But also
country.
it looks like landing on the beach at D-Day.
Exactly, like Antifa is not some
Grandpa's
scary
Antifa.
terrorist.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, Antifa is all of us. Antifa is America.
And what does your sign say?
Well, I'm a therapist, so I wanted to bring out the fact that authoritarianism, that this government is really hard on its people. And sorry, I'm getting choked up. But there's so many concerns that are happening. So many things I'm concerned about and that are affecting my clients.
Yeah.
That are really upsetting. It's like we're in a constant state of trauma.
Yeah, people with mental health problems, but how are you going to address that if you can't feed your family? If you can't,
absolutely.
take care of a minor health crisis.
Yes, absolutely.
So deny, defend, oppose. These are the words that were engraved on the bullet casings of the 3 bullets he fired allegedly into the United Healthcare CEO. Deny, they're denying healthcare coverage to the people who need it. Defend, they keep on defending their bottom line, and their bottom line is money. It is not your health. Depose, we need to remove the people in power who are keeping us down, who are keeping themselves up by standing on our shoulders and our backs.
I love it. And what are the colors on the 1%?
The colors on the 1% are starting with blue, then pink, white, then pink again, then blue. This is the colors of the trans flag. Trans people only make up 1% of the population, and yet they're currently a big freaking deal for conservatives.
Yeah, it's an obsession, I'd say.
It is, it's what they say, TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. They have trans derangement syndrome. They're obsessed with people who make up less than 1% of the population, who only want to live their own truest lives.
I'm here today because Trump is a fascist. We have a fascist in the White House, and people of good conscience have to organize together to stop that.
And what does your shirt say?
My shirt says UAW for Zohran.
And that's your union?
That was my union when I was a union worker before I joined the assembly, and consider myself an honorary member.
That makes sense. Once a union member, always a union
That's
member.
right.
Okay, so you are in local government.
Mm-hmm. I'm an assembly member representing the 37th district in Queens.
And that's my district, just for the record. And so what makes you angry right now?
Seeing our neighbors being kidnapped off the street and from courthouses makes me furious. The Trump administration has created a multi-billion-dollar deportation machine, and it's going to destroy the city if we don't stand up against it.
And what is giving you hope right now?
The labor movement. No Kings is co-organized by unions from across the city. CWA is here, UAW, PSC, UFT. Labor members know that our solidarity is what makes us strong and powerful, and we're not going to let any of our neighbors go.
Amazing. And I've heard tell that there's a big labor action in the maybe not far future. What's happening on May Day 2028?
The president of UAW, United Auto Workers, Sean Fain, has called for a general strike in 2028. He's calling on all labor unions to align their contracts to end on May 1st, 2028, in alignment with the big 3 automakers. And so we have a real opportunity to organize and cohere a national labor movement, to do job actions, to go out on strike, and it's very exciting.
are the trillionaires for Trump. We serve the interests of the 0.000000001%.
My name is Bo Kubucks.
My name is Trillion Flicked Diamonds. My name is Jesse B. Billing, MD. I have a chain of hospitals.
Yes, Count Golden.
I'm bougie bitch.
It's not about the money, it's about more money.
And what we want to do is serve as a foil to the working class and show them that it's their labor that really props up our success. And it would be very terrifying and very unfortunate if the working class banded together to oppose, the special interests of the billionaires.
That awful man Michael Moore comes in as he's giving people all kinds of notions about solidarity and equality.
Dirty words.
Dirty words.
They are dirty words. They really are. And we don't understand the hostility either. There's a lot they hate us, and we don't understand the hostility. It's very unbecoming.
They're just jealous, honey.
The trillionaires, the billionaires, the president, they run in the same circles. They like to keep it together, very close-knit, and they love visiting private islands. And that's something that we want the working class to be really aware of, is how tight-knit all of the wealthy elite really are, and making sure they protect their interests and prevent justice. No justice, no problem.
No justice, no problem.
Money!
Why are you here today?
I'm here because I'm here to support my dad, who wanted to come, really. I used to protest all the time. I was a poll worker during the 2016 season. I protested for a good 2 years, and my body broke down. I'm tired, so I don't come to these that often anymore. I do my work kind of behind the scenes more or less these days. I'm happy to see the turnout. It's really great to see. But I know, and anyone who's done this for a long time knows, it takes perseverance. And it takes a lot more than 2 hours on a Saturday to really get the ball rolling. And I just would like to see more consistency from everyone that's here today.
What are some things people could do outside of protesting?
Well, there's mutual aid, things that are happening across this. Let's just stick to the city, across the city and all the boroughs. I'm about to door knock on all of my neighbors' doors, and because I live in a high Latino population neighborhood in the Bronx. So I'm just gonna be like, hey, you guys know my face. When ICE comes, this is what you need to do. I'm a safe place to be, etc., etc. Things like that, making sure that we all know community is a big part of it, and making sure we all know each other's faces so that we know who we can trust, who we can be in community with in order to stay safe and continue to do the work that we need to do. So little things like that.
I think community is how we get out of this. Like she said, creating a strong, vibrant community that can rely on each other. That's how we stand against fascism and despotism and,
Dad, do you want to talk?
Can I ask you why you're here today?
I want to see Donald Trump in a box. Dead and buried. With the Kraken. By any means necessary. That's what Malcolm told us.
Shut this racist system down! This racist system! This racist system! This capitalist system! Shut this racist system down! Shut this racist system down!
When fascism comes to America, it will be wrapped in the flag and carrying a cross, which is what's going on.
Says it all.
Says it all.
What is something that makes you angry right now?
Well, all of this.
Fair.
And as I've said to people, as much as we all dislike Trump, he truly is just a puppet for the Christian nationalists. And, I think his marching orders is he can make his wealth, he can take care of his enemies as long as he does their bidding. And has no morals, so that's no problem.
And what's something that makes you hopeful right now?
I struggle with that. I struggle with that because in a society like this, you would think, oh, that would never happen to our country. But, it kind of has right now. The Congress is not doing their constitutional job. The Supreme Court, that's a whole nother story. I mean, and they've got us in a bad place, and I don't know if, what, or when things are going to get better.
Oh, say, can you see we're running out of time? This land was your land, this land was mine. Oh, say, can you see we're running out of time?
Well, I was going to ask something that makes you all angry right now.
Well, number one, I'm embarrassed to be an American because people are laughing at us. We're throwing out our brothers and sisters. They're what really made America great, and we're kicking them out. My sign says hate will not make America great, and that's what I believe. It's all about love.
The ICE raids. I mean, this is creeping fascism.
Yeah. What Donald Trump is doing is not a surprise. I mean, I'm a New Yorker. We knew what an asshole that guy was back in the 80s. So the fact, if you give him unlimited power, of course he's going to do that. That's not a surprise. What I'm surprised about is that so many Americans are down with that. Think that's a good idea. Think, we bring him back for more. As if 4 years didn't teach us what a nightmare it was on every way, in every possible way.
The gaslighting, complicit Congress, people, pissing on my head and telling me it's raining outside, basically that.
All right, now I have a follow-up question for that, which is what gives you hope?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of people mobilized today. I'm sure a lot of us would rather have been somewhere else than be in Times Square with, that's from a New Yorker's perspective anyway, but it is important to be here. So, I mean, there's got to be hope, or else I've given up and I'm not leaving, so.
We listen to our podcasts, we read, our social media, whatever, but it's important to see in person that we're not alone, that we can all mobilize. That shows we have power.
What gives me hope is seeing all these people coming out here today protesting or, fighting back. We can't take it anymore. We're not going to take this.
Well, the idea is to remind people that it's not left against right. It's the old tactic of divide and conquer. So we're fighting against our next door neighbors because that's the problem, when really we're being oppressed from the top down. So yes, listen. Our fight is not left to right. So I'm not fighting with this guy as my neighbor, as my brother. It's top versus bottom. In other words, a few people that are really in power. Since we're so busy fighting each other, we're letting them do it and even supporting and paying for it.
Well, I just don't think IPAC really represents anyone other than IPAC. Certainly, I don't think it represents the majority of Americans who, in recent polls, to my understanding, do not support sending weapons to the Israeli military. I also think Americans generally don't support the U.S. using and sending weapons to every conflict, whether they're using them themselves or sending them to so-called allies that may not be allies in the long run. I just think it's a big mess, and where we have a government shutdown, we're not spending money on all these other things for Americans, but we are spending money on weapons. I'm not even sure they're helping the people who are holding the weapons, So, yeah.
We are about indigenous liberation, and we stand with a free and liberated Palestine. And I think all of these issues are interconnected.
Gaza will free us all. Zionism will fall. Gaza will free us all. Zionism will fall.
Well, it says education, not deportation.
My best friend here is a teacher. She teaches English as a new language to children, many of whom are immigrants, and I wanted to support her and her kids.
Mine says, staying silent is showing privilege.
And then I see that you're also wearing, I've seen a few of these. It says NYC neighbors vote for Mamdani
Yes.
on November 4th. So tell me about Mamdani.
It kind of feels like a new page of, or even a new book in that sense, of a similar series. Like, we're all working within the systems that we have right now, but I think if we really want to implement change at the end of the day, it's important not only to go out and vote for what you believe in, but it's also important to spread the word when you can't vote, like me.
Well, and it's important also to get out there because, again, if you assume everybody's going to do it for you, no one shows up.
Preach. And that's how we won the primary. Everyone went out
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Someone's got to make a change in local politics. It's like, it works,
And it works
it'll
up.
work its way
It works
up.
its way up.
And
So it's important.
It's inspiring a lot of people, and I think he actually cares a lot. Like, he's a very empathetic person, and it's not just in policy and the way he speaks, but
And he's
just
a
the way he
person
carries
of color,
himself.
which matters as well.
Yeah, I mean,
representation.
Sorry. I think that he aligns with my values in the sense that how I think that success and progress is shown is by like three main factors, which is passion, curiosity, and kindness. And from what I've seen, he exhibits all three of those, which I feel like shouldn't be hard to come by in leaders, but is right now, and gives a lot of hope. And is really truly inspiring the next generation because they need us.
what is making you angriest right now?
Where our voices are being suppressed, that we're not allowed to exercise our rights as citizens.
I have tremendous hope, and that's why I'm wearing this T-shirt.
Yes.
We need everybody, but especially the young people. We need change, and I am sick of these Democrats that are not standing up. I'm a registered Democrat. They are not representing me.
Yep.
And I want somebody like Mamdani out there representing me, we the people.
Right.
So I'm very hopeful. So
How do you know each other?
Let's say daughter-in-law.
Yeah, we're family. Yeah.
What does your sign say?
Sure. My sign says, on one side, real dykes hate MAGA, and the other says, lesbians say, fuck you, fascists. I think it's really important because they go after marginalized groups first and then for everyone. So it's so important to stay united and make sure that we all are together in this.
My daughter made me a sign that says, fuck ICE and no kings.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Intergenerational solidarity. is
Yeah,
important.
and she's not even young enough to vote, and she
No.
feels extremely passionate about this. So I think it's really important to support your children. It's important to support the next generation. And as a woman, I've always taught both my daughters that they gave us the right to vote in 1920, and they could take it away at any moment, and we have to protect it. So this is why my daughter is very passionate about protecting her rights.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
This makes me hopeful.
That's good. What's making you angry right now? Like what?
Everything else.